Welcome back to Clear Talk. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about exactly how we help one of our clients close 100% of her sales calls without even selling on the phone.
And then we talk about a Facebook group or a webinar and which one took us to $200,000 a month.
And lastly, our exact ad strategy for how we fill our Facebook group with highly qualified leads. Let us know down in the comments below, by the way, do you do paid ads and webinars or do you do organic? Enjoy the show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the High Ticket Coaching Community and welcome to Clear Talk. I'm your host, Armin Shaffi. This is my co-host,
Jeanette Odero.
And we are here to help you scale your business, change the world, have a fun time while you do it. The big question is, how did coaches like us, who started with nothing years ago and risked everything on the line, put aside our families, sacrifice the birthdays, put aside the holidays, stop hanging out with our friends, cut off the negative people. How do we do all of that and put all that risk into building a business, helping other people change their lives? How do we get out there, get our message across in the marketplace, get clients in high ticket profit margins, get our offers selling, scale our business, start a revolution? How do we do all of that while still making a profit and changing the world? That's the question, and the show gives you the answer. We go live every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to join us live, you got to be inside of the 7-figure coaching group we got, highticketcoaching.com, highticketcoachingcommunity.com. Got to be inside of our Facebook group. So if you're here right now on Facebook, drop a comment down below. Let us know where you're from. I'd like to know how many cities we got tuning in right now on our live show. And if you're on YouTube and you like content on scaling your business online, but not just that, I mean, everyone can teach you marketing and sales. If you want to have some fun and develop real leadership and have a team behind you to start a vision for your company, then this is the place to be. Hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell. And if you like this video, I promise you, somewhere around the world, some guy named John is going to jump up and tap his feet. Just like, what's that show? What's that movie with Wizard of Oz? What's her name? You know the girl, Wizard of Oz? You click your heels? Some random guy named John somewhere in the world is about to click his heels and go to the Wizard of Oz, okay?
Yeah.
If you like this video, I mean, you could test it, see if it works.
There's no place like home. Miguel, you took the words right out of my mouth. Your energy right now is really
contagious. Can you feel
contagious.
it? Is it going through the camera?
He is like buzzing. He's buzzing right now. But
right.
We had a great Saturday.
How are you, Armin? How was our weekend? What did we get into?
The weekend has been next level.
Yeah.
We're reaching level 3000 of life. It's pretty next level, guys.
Yeah.
Stuff is happening here at highticketcoaching.com. Look, I'm really excited. I don't want to make it too much about us and what's going on with us because, I mean, it's pretty exciting. But I do want to get into questions, help you guys out. But just long story short.
Give him a Cliff's Notes.
Some Cliff Notes? Okay. Long story short, we're at the best month ever we've had. We're on track to do about $300,000 by the end of this month, which is the next couple of, what we got, 4 days?
Got 4 days.
Yeah, we're at like 240, 50 at this point in revenue. So, and that's for this month. If you guys are new to coaching and you're like, what the hell are you talking about, Armin? This sounds like you're selling cocaine. I'm not selling cocaine. I promise you that. We're not selling any drugs here. We're selling high ticket coaching. But we're at about, we're doing this month alone in sales. What I think most people go to school for 8 years to get a job and to making a salary every year. How's that possible? You need to know what to do online as a coach, okay? There is ways. There used to be times when I thought, man, that's impossible. Let me do just $30,000 in a month. That's like holy crap to me. I'm like rich. Now we have those in days, so it's all perspective. You need mentorship. You got to get someone, get close to someone who's doing this so you can learn from them, so you can rub off the energy off you so you can get it going for your business. But yeah, we're at our best month yet in cash collected and also in sales and revenue. My team's making more money. Everyone's making more money. Everyone's getting bonuses this month.
Are we?
Yeah. When we hit the goal, come on, baby.
When we hit the goal, yeah, no, we know that.
And this past weekend, I put myself in the room with somehow, man, God, the universe works in weird ways, but I'm kind of staring at it right now, actually. You guys can't see what I'm seeing. But I've stumbled across creating something with someone who's a beast in the industry, and we made something that no one's ever made in the history of coaching or in the online marketing industry. So that's pretty exciting, and we have our first person that potentially is joining it. And so this offer we created is, let me put it to you this way: it's more expensive than joining Tony Robbins' mastermind. Okay, so if it's that expensive, you got to ask what the hell's inside. Okay. It's just next level what we're creating, and no one can know about it. And this is pretty much the most I'll ever do about talking about it, because it's gonna be kind of like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. Like you gotta receive a golden ticket to be in it, and we're only giving golden tickets away to people in the elite, not even in our core coaching program, in our elite coaching program, who we think is a fit. So that's pretty exciting, changing the way and revolutionizing the industry by creating something that's never been created and doing something that's never been done by two powerhouse entrepreneurs, myself and somebody else, which we'll keep confidential. So that happened. In other words, and other things as well we did is completely restructuring our company. So when you guys scale, let me tell you something. Let me give you a quick little, if you're new to coaching, if you're new to my show, if you're new here, let me just tell you something real quick. Here's a good little golden nugget for you if you're to understand where you're at in business and what matters at those stages. Just a quick little journey. Journey to 0 to 500K a month revenue.
Yeah.
Journey of that. How does that look like? The first, if you're at 0, to get to your first 10K a month, it's all about the offer. If the offer can't even close a client to pay you, and you can't close a few $1,000 client, like a 1 or 2 or 3K client or 5K client on your offer, then the offer is the problem. So once you fix that, though, you'll hit your first 10K a month effortlessly, because if you put out the right amount of marketing, then the right people will see you, and they'll be like, of course I want to work with you. So hitting that first 10K is all about the offer. Getting to 30K after that is not about leads, it's about sales. So some people will go out and book 10 calls, but they can't even close one of them, or they only close one at like 3, 4, 5 grand. So they can't even hit 30K. They think they need to go book more calls, but really the conversion is low.
Yeah.
So to go from 10 to 30 grand a month, you have to work on closing better. And we do lots of training on that, because that's very, very important. It's a huge bottleneck. If you can't close leads yet, you can't scale a business. End of story. You can't even teach a rep to do that for you one day. Now let's say you're good at closing. You get every 10 calls, you close at least 3 to 5 people. Yeah. That's a pretty good close rate. At 5 to 10K, you're gonna bet about $30,000 a month. To get from $30,000 to $100,000, 3 times your size of business, it's all about leads. Now you go into how do we hyper accelerate. How do we accelerate how many calls are coming in? Because we know out of every 10 calls, we'll close at least 2 to 4 clients, which means that's a good enough conversion. If I get 30, 40 calls, we'll start racking up numbers in sales.
Yeah.
So when you start knowing you can close from 30 to 100 grand, it's all about hyper acceleration of leads, like automating your lead gen, getting calls coming in, streamlining the book call process. If you're doing organic, how to turn your Facebook group into a book call machine. If you're doing in the ad space, how to get your ads in your funnel to really convert well. So that's to get to 100 grand. And again, along these processes, along this journey, you have to obviously put into place systems. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the focus, the bottleneck from 0 to 10 is offer. The bottleneck from 10 to 30 is sales. The bottleneck from 30 to 100 is leads. Now, how do you get from 100 to 250,000? Yeah. That's all delivery. See, if you are selling a live coaching program, group coaching, maybe one-on-one, maybe you have a super high ticket one-on-one, maybe you have a mid ticket like a 5K group coaching, maybe whatever you have, you get to 100 grand in sales doing that. Well, if you're trying to get to 2.5 times that size now, it's $250,000 a month in sales. You cannot do that unless you streamline your delivery, because if you're attached to the client's results and timing,
great point,
you're gonna burn yourself out faster than you can say 250. Okay, like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So the next stage, the bottleneck there is automating your delivery. And how we do that in scaling your clients in our program is we show you how to turn your coaching into a on-demand training so that clients can get results on their own, and then only get on weekly calls to get their questions answered and to get strategic coaching, which is customized to their scenario. You should never get on a call to teach something from scratch that could be taught in a video, honestly. Yeah. You have to replace yourself with the training aspect of the coaching program and just actually do coaching. So I'm at a point now when I talk to clients, I'm not fixing problems anymore. I'm not telling them how to do something. That's all covered, because I put my blood, sweat, and tears into a training that's so self-explanatory that anyone could get to 100 grand a month without even talking to me if they wanted to. But then they get on calls and we fix strategic problems, CEO problems, bottlenecks that aren't covered, right?
Yeah.
Now, once you've automated your delivery, which is where we're at, right? We've had all of it. We're at like, our next goal was to get to 500K a month. Guess what the bottleneck there is? And again, also 100 to 250 grand a month would have to be this as well. But to get to 500,000 to $1 million a month, and yeah, you can. That's an 8-figure coaching business. It's all about operations and team, literally. So why I'm saying all this is your ability to streamline operations, your systems, your onboarding, your client management, your sales process, your data tracking, your book call process, streamlining all of that, centralizing it, using a good system in place so that your entire team is in sync and in harmony, everyone knows what they're doing. That's team development. That's systems and processes, right? Streamlining everything and operationally. And then it's leadership. Because if you have good people and if you have people in a good system, but they can't live up to the expectations or they can't deliver, they're not a leader, then your clients will get bad results. Your company you'll have to keep stepping in to fix it. And if there's anything I'm grateful about is that my team is like, they're all leaders. And so that's been a work in progress, right? Like everyone now I feel like can handle things on their own and they don't need me anymore, which is so hard to do. That's why that's like the last step in what I do with my clients, because when you get there, you need a special person that actually has done that properly and has people that will like die for them in the team to teach you how to do that kind of leadership, because not every entrepreneur making lots of money has a team that dedicated. So you got to, when you find someone, make sure you get close and learn what they're doing. But to go from 250 to 500 grand, 800 grand, 1 million a month, essentially scaling to 8 figures is all about operations and team and culture. And so what's exciting is this past weekend, I know my bottleneck is to go to 500K a month is my operations have to get extremely streamlined and my team has to step up as leaders. That's exactly what happened this past weekend. So that's my rundown. Long story longer. That's why I'm pumped.
You forgot one thing.
What's that?
We had our first ever
virtual event.
1
day virtual event. We held it for free. It's included. We didn't charge anything more, and we gave it to all of our SGC clients.
Yeah.
And that was next level, you know.
Yeah.
We got, people are still raving about everything we taught them. I essentially broke down in depth and spent a whole day explaining hyper-organic marketing, which is a combination of ads, Facebook group, and content creation in a way that literally gets you into a compounded momentum of attention from your market and positions you as an expert and as a leader that people want to work with. So even this morning, I literally had like another 3 people reach out to me. I just woke up to it. They were just directly asking me how to work with me. And that's because of our hyper-organic marketing system. It's so brilliant how it works. That's how we hit our first 200K month. So we haven't hovered, we literally been hovering between 6 and multiple 6 figures per month since March, which is now, 3 months ago? Right? And it's all because of hyper-organic. I even stopped running ads to my webinar, man. Yeah, it's crazy. And my first $250,000 was to a webinar funnel. So it's insane how this stuff works, man.
Yeah.
Any questions? Do we got people from different places? I want to see where people are at.
Yeah, so no comments about location.
Come on, guys. Put it in the chat. Let me know where you're from, man. Where are you tuning in from?
But Miguel said, you selling the best knowledge. Jessica says, hey.
What's up?
And then I don't know what he's responding to, but Miguel said, we all do, bro. Something along those lines.
We do.
With emojis.
Love you too.
Okay, guys. Tune in. Let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. We'd love to.
What city you from? What country you from?
Yeah, we'd love to say hello. You want to get into the first question, Armin?
Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it. Okay. We've got Ali from the UK. Hey, Ali. Nadia is watching from Italy. Hello.
Oh, ciao.
What time is it? Is it? I was gonna say buonanotte, but it's not nighttime, so I don't know how to say good afternoon.
I didn't know you speak Italian, Jay.
Honestly, funny story. My mom's best friend is Italian, so like I try to pick up some things here and there.
Yeah.
But also one of our wonderful members of our program, Michaela, sometimes will just like teach me a random Italian phrase.
Michaela? Yeah.
At the end of our calls, we'll just have because we do momentum calls and accountability counselor program, so I touch base with our students here and there, and randomly sometimes she's like, yeah, like this Italian phrase, and I'm like, how do you say that? I just like languages, so she'll give me random Italian phrases to say.
I need you to give me secondhand Italian lessons.
Honestly, she's actually told me a lot of things. Like, whenever we get off the call, I say, parliamo domani, means I'm going to talk to you tomorrow.
What?
Talk to you later. Stuff like that.
It's crazy. Forever.
I really enjoy having clients in different countries. Because they teach me things. It's a good time.
Kobe
All right.
Bryant. Italian.
Portland, Jessica Patty's coming in from Portland, Maine.
Beautiful.
Yeah, awesome. So question number 1. I'm getting more booked calls than I can handle right now. And my discovery sessions usually are 2 hours because we go over all of their issues and I outline my process and program. Can I make a program outline to give them before the sales call? That question is from Sharon Yu.
Yeah, Sharon, you gotta take the sales part out of your sales call.
What? No sales in a sales call.
You gotta turn your sales call into a real strategy call. Like when you book a strategy call with my team, it's actually strategy.
Yeah.
We're actually only talking about your goals, where you're at, and what you need. Mm-hmm. We don't talk about what we have. You know why? Because we remove that from the sales call. You know how many clients I know? No, not clients. You know how many people I know out there that teach how to sell on the call? That's really weird. I'm like so averse to that.
It is kind of.
Can you imagine if like our calls were like, yeah, so what's your problems? Oh, that's great. Why do you hate that? Okay, where do you want to be? Okay, awesome. So do you want to hear what we have? Yeah. Like that's literally what those sales calls are like.
Yeah.
You know? Yo, it's not even on me right now on Facebook Live, just so you know. I'm just looking at Jay, looking at me. Yeah, thanks. I'm just wondering when it was going to switch. Because they can't see my face, and they just miss me go, okay? So,
awkward.
It's kind of weird, man, like, how many people actually sell on a sales call?
Yeah.
Like, you guys want to know what a real strategy call should be like? Book a call in our office. Now, don't book a call just for experimentation reason. Be warned. We are good at what we do. So if you book a call, you will probably leave as our client. Because we're good at what we do. And it's not because we sell really well. In fact, my sales team is not even a sales team. They're like coaches. They're like therapists. We're just getting on calls and we're like, dude, what do you think you need, man? And everyone gets to finally be heard on our calls. And they get attention and they get listened to and then finally be heard.
Yep.
And we always make sure we listen to make sure, is this a smart move for them? So what you need to do, in short, is create a pre-call process. Okay? We call it a PCS, a pre-call, a PCP, pre-call process. And this is one of the advanced strategies that help a lot of our clients close calls. Like one of our clients, Gazzy, just 100% close rate this past week. Book 4 calls, close 4 calls, 5K program, 20K, easy 20K in just over a couple days. Mm-hmm. How? We have a pre-call process. She puts them through it. People are sold by the time they get on the call. So when they talk to them on the phone, now it's literally just about them and what they need. And if they're ready to do it, to solve it. It's like the way we teach you to sell is the conversation shouldn't be about, is this going to work?
Absolutely.
It's not going to be about, what if it doesn't work? It's not going to be about, are you the right fit for me? Like, is your program good for me? No. You don't go to the hospital with a broken arm and go, are you the right doctor for me? No, man. No, you go in and go, I need help. Doctor goes, sure. Take a seat. We're going to get you in as fast as we can. That's what you should be positioned as an authority in your business, in your market. People should come to you like, doctor, I need help. Yeah, great. Let me diagnose you. Okay, good. You need this. There's no argument. There's no bargaining. There's no, I'm going to go to some other doctors with this broken arm right now as it's hurting and see what else other people have to say. Now, those people never get their stuff fixed because they go and get 5 other opinions and they end up never getting anywhere because they aren't realizing the truth, which is it doesn't matter who you choose. What matters is, are you going to actually do what they say? Are you going to implement the solutions? So we also even listen, like, are you in other programs? In our sales calls, we go, because if you didn't make that work, what if you don't make this work? Because you're the problem. We want to make sure we don't let you in if you are. You got to be different. I had a sales call this morning, man. I was talking to a person. I'm like, look, I know you're in another program. I know you paid $10,000 to be there. And I'm going to tell you, like, are you really willing to do this again? Like, what's going to be different this time?
Yeah.
And they were telling me, like, you know, I really think you guys will give good support. And I know the stuff works, but I need more attention because I'm kind of all over the place. And, you know, this person talked to a lot of my other clients, and they all confirmed, like, yeah, like, Armin really gives a shit, really cares, really comes in. His team actually helps you. So we just had a simple conversation. I'm like, look, we don't have to talk about my stuff. My stuff works. You wouldn't be here if it doesn't. The very fact that you're on this call means it works.
Yeah.
The very fact that you even considered my program means you think it works to some degree. So let's not talk about what we already know. Let's talk about what we don't know. Which is, are you ready to take this step? Are you ready to get it? How I position my marketing and sales is like this, guys, and this is what you guys got to do. The prospect should feel like these guys have the answers to everything. Am I ready to get the answers? Am I ready to ask them?
Yeah.
It should never feel like, now if your prospects ever feel like, well, I don't know if you're the right fit, I don't know if you can help me, that means something's wrong in your marketing and sales process, right? Every client we talk to, they leave at least feeling either one of two things.
Yeah.
This is perfect for me,
Mm-hmm.
or no, this is not what I was looking for. And we don't get a lot of this is not what I was looking for because my marketing doesn't bring those people on my call. You understand? We filter everybody out. So only the best people are on phones with us. But when a person knows this is exactly what I've been looking for, there's only two options they have now. Are they going to take the jump and make the investment and commit, or are they not?
Yep.
So for us, we just sit there and we just wait to see if the person's willing because we need that commitment on your end. Again, that's why we never sell on the call because the call should not be about what we have to give you.
Yeah.
It should be about your problem and if you want to really solve it. Because we also get people on phones that are just like wishful, like, oh, it'd be nice if I could get this going, but I don't really care. I go, well, then we don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
Because we only want to work with people that are going to take this and actually use it and value it.
Yep.
Fair enough, right? It's very fair. Why would you want clients to pay you money anyways that don't use it? Like, it's bad for you. Your success rate goes down.
Exactly.
You know, because they paid you and now you have a wider pool of clients but less success because you let the wrong people in.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's pretty much like, it's as simple as creating a pre-call process. In our pre-call process, you're going to watch a few videos. The job is to get all your questions answered. So by the time you get on the call, you have no questions about what we do, why we do it, and why it works so well. And if it works because we show you testimonials.
Or you come to the call with informed questions.
Right, because
based
you're like,
off of,
well, what about this?
Exactly.
Now
They're very specific
right.
questions, right?
So the pre-call process allows you to make sure they understand what you do in your method, right? Make sure they understand what they get if they work with you.
Yeah.
And make sure that they are convinced it works because they're seeing everyone else, all the clients, talk about the results. Those are the three major points you got to do before the call.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Like, no one really teaches this in this way. And where I got it from is watching the webinar world where you watch a webinar to get sold and no one talks to you. So I took that idea and I said, let me implement it in the book call high ticket space where they can actually be sold prior to me talking to them so that all we talk about is your concerns, fears, and doubts. And that becomes a really nice call. Like, it's funny because even people that don't buy our program, I get messages, and from my team, they get messages, and I get messages with them thanking us for the session. They're like, man, it was a really good session. I got clear on like why I'm stuck and my goals and my mindset.
Yeah.
So people thank us to just get on our sales calls too. Why? Because we don't do sales calls. We actually do strategy calls. We do coaching sessions. So, you just got to make sure you take the sales out of your sales call and just focus on the person's pain and problem and actually listen to them and make sure you are rightfully going to help them integrably.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much my answer.
Awesome. Great. Gonna take a look at the comments here. Jessica said, I like a strategy call and not be sold to for sure.
Whoa.
I'd enjoy the sales process in a funnel and on my own to read the message and such. She also said, great perspective. Will mentioned that he has a question. Absolutely, Will, you can ask it here.
Is it Will Forgan?
It is Will Forgan.
Hey, Will, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Will, if you've got a question, let us know. We'll be happy to answer it. Now, the next question is, the questionnaire I send before my calls clients rarely answer, and I find myself asking them the same questions on my sales call. Can I make an incentive of some sort to answer the pre-call questions? Maybe a discount? That question is from Tommy P.
Listen, if you got a...
when you guys are editing this, make sure you zoom in on Armin going, discount.
Zoom in on my face as a... If you gotta sell the person to fill out a questionnaire to get on the call, you got a serious problem, okay? That's like so many levels deep into like a problem.
Yeah.
It's like such a specific issue.
It is true.
And the fact that you even thought about that as a solution really shows me you got a problem. That I've never even thought about that solution. Like that's not even a solution, okay? That idea has so many things wrong with that sentence. I'm being gentle about it. Right? I'm trying to make you get the point.
Oh, that wink.
If you need to convince them to fill out a questionnaire, what kind of people are you speaking to?
Yeah.
Are you joking?
With love.
No, stop. No. Okay. How do we fix this? Simple process. Okay. First, don't ask the exact same questions that you do on a sales call on the application. It should be mildly different. And the application prior is to qualify them.
And I want to stop you really quick and notice how he said application. You said questionnaire.
Yeah, stop that.
Armin said application.
It's an application. You're applying to work with us.
Right?
The hell?
Yeah, it's not.
Do you understand? Like,
a questionnaire makes it sound like optional.
like
Fill out my questionnaire if you'd like.
We're booking about, and we just got started with organic, like doubling down last week, and we're already booking like 3 to 5 calls a day. We're gonna get to 10 to 15 calls a day, all organic. You don't only have time to talk to a person who not only answers the questions as unqualified answers, but doesn't even want to answer the questions. We'll just cancel that call. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Man, if you don't answer the questions to join my free group, I don't let you in.
Yep.
I'm in you up like, hey man, it says we decline you if you don't answer the calls. So here's a couple real solutions. Number 1, make sure you stop getting shitty people. Like, what is that? What kind of people are you? I can't even imagine, like, what kind of person would even go through the hassle of wanting to book a call but not actually answer your questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1.
Yeah.
That's already a red flag to me. Think about that.
Completely.
Like, why would you want to work with that person? They actually don't even want to answer the question. Now, if they answer it but they're vague about it, that's different. If they're skipping the questions or like saying like period. No. That's a huge, like, I almost think that like slightly like, no, I don't even care anymore. I don't even want to talk to you.
Red flags.
Like, what's wrong with you, man? What are you doing? What, are you too good for this? Are you too good for this? Oh, you don't need to answer things? What are you talking about, man? So that's number 1. Stop getting those people to stop even trying to book those people in. Like, wherever they're coming from, stop it. Second thing, you got to do in our pre-call process, we call our clients, okay? If they book a call, we call them right away. And here's a little, I'll give you a little strategy here. When you call them, we call it a pre-call, a confirmation call. We just call like, hey, let's in. Thanks for booking a call. Quick question. Now, if we get bad answers on our application, like, oh, I'm not willing to invest. I just want something for nothing. I want you to make me a millionaire without me doing anything or paying anything. Well, okay, great. When we get those kind of answers, we just hit them up and go, hey, sometimes, people say that because hopefully you'll like, that's a serious poverty mindset because they're, I guess, hoping that you will cut them like a break just because they're miserable. I don't understand that. It should be the reverse, man. If you're that bad, you should be like, I'm 100% willing. I will sell my shoes. Like, I had someone trying to sell their purse.
Yeah.
Expensive purse.
Chanel,
I had someone trying to sell their kidney.
A big Chanel handbag.
Okay, to join the program. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But, we just hit them up and go, hey, like, thanks for booking the call. By the way, we noticed you said that you're unwilling to invest. You really, have zero, like, whatever. We usually cancel calls like that. I'm just curious, was that on purpose or is that an accident you put that? So we give them a little bit of, we save face for them. We give them a little bit of room to like change it if they kind of, didn't tell the truth. And people will usually be like, half the time they'll go, no. Like, I mean, like, I just put that for now. Like, but obviously it depends on the call. Oh, okay, cool. All right, talk to you then. Because that just means they're afraid to tell you because they don't want to be sold. But those people are easier to sell because they're like, they know they want to buy. Because they know they need help.
They just don't want you to know.
Yeah,
that
because
they
they're so
buy.
afraid, man. Because they've probably been in a bad scenario in the past.
Yeah, and they don't want to be taken advantage
Other
of.
times
Right?
they'll be like, oh yes, I'm a student from this third world country. I can't even, pay for bread. And we're like, listen, stay in our free group, do as much as you can to get from it, but we charge X amount of dollars. Like, I actually tell those people, our team will go like, we charge this. Do you even have remote access to that? Because for the people that don't have money, like, we'll just be, yeah, it's how much it is. Because maybe they do. Sometimes they go, maybe I can make it work. Okay, let's talk then. As long as you are serious, we'll make this work with you. We don't want the money to be a barrier for you. But there is a cost. And other times they're like, oh, no, we can't do that. But like, great, okay. And then save yourself an hour of your time. That's the second thing. So number 1, stop getting those kind of people that don't answer questions in there. Number 2, do a pre-call. Hey, what's up? These questions, are you sure you did them right? Or like, was that an accident? Now, if they answer nothing, sometimes we have something like that.
Yeah.
And we'll just hit up and be like, hey, I'm just curious. We noticed you didn't fill out your application. Is there any reason why? We always let the person explain. And they have to explain themselves to us now. And other times I'm like, they might give us some red flags, like, yeah, I just don't want to give information away. And we'll challenge them and just go, cool, well, like, if you don't trust us with just, like, surface level information, I mean, I don't know how you'll trust us as coaches to you. So we're just going to cancel the call. It seems like, we're not fit. We are that serious. Okay? Now, they might be like, yeah, I just didn't have time and I want to book it. I mean, just went through it quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I need you to fill it out before our call or else we can't take the call. Just set your boundaries. Remember this. I think mindset's very important in this case scenario. You guys have to remember, the market has the problem.
Yeah.
You have the solution. Why do you act as if it's the reverse? You don't need them, they need you. So you're allowed to set boundaries for how you want things to be. And that's the least you could do for yourself in terms of respect. Mm-hmm. Okay? And the last thing is, you shouldn't be doing 2-hour strategy sessions. Not saying I haven't. But if the longer it takes someone to buy, the more of a red flag. So oftentimes I found when I did 2 or 3 hour sales calls, myself back in the day when I took them, that person either became a problem client coming in or they ended up, I have to kick them out and give their money back because I'm like, you were just, if it took you this, Napoleon Hill says this, successful people make decisions quickly and it takes them a long time to change.
Yep.
Unsuccessful people take a long time to make a decision and they opt out quickly.
Like that.
So if someone takes 2 to 3 hours to just buy and make a decision, a goddamn decision, when they know everything, especially when they have the pre-call stuff, we're like, dude.
Red flag.
No. You're not ready for this. You need convincing, and that's a red flag to us. You gotta just do it on your own, man. Because that person I end up having to kick out anyways. Okay? Now it's not always absolute, but I've seen that pattern.
Yeah.
The faster, the sweet spot is within 30 minutes to an hour. Between that time frame, everything's been talked about. We know everything we need to know. They know everything they need to know. They just got to make up their mind. Or just move some money around or whatever. Okay, good. Let's do it. So it shouldn't be taking that long anyways. It sounds to me, your messaging or your offer is something's broken in there and you're getting either the wrong people on calls or you're attracting the wrong people because your offer is off. Or maybe your offer's bad and you're attracting, it's just all bad because the offer, the foundation of everything is wrong. If the offer is good but the bad people are getting on, it's your messaging. If your messaging and offer is good, but your process isn't working, your process is the problem. If the process is working but you're not closing, your sales is the thing. Think of business like a Lego block, guys. Like every block is foundation to the next, right? Depending on what part of your business is stuck, that's the thing you should focus on, right? Like if you're bad at sales, don't try to get more calls. Try to get better at sales, right? If you're bad at leads, don't try to, change your offer again. Try to get better at messaging. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how I look at it, but hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah.
I mean, to summarize, it's have a...
but no discount. Okay, Tommy?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. What the hell? I don't need to incentivize you to fill out an application. If you can't even do that for free, I don't want to work with you. Yeah. You understand? Guys, when you're selling high ticket, like, act like it. What are you selling? You're not selling, like, a pair of shoes. You're not selling a $50 mini course on Udemy. Like, you're talking about coaching clients. I don't teach consulting. I don't teach course creators. I don't care. Like, if you guys want to create a coaching program, become a coach, a leader in the industry, head expert in what you do, I know how to do that. I don't know how to do the other stuff. It's not my forte. I'm not passionate about it. But when we're talking about coaching, you're a coach, that means this person's trusting you with their mind, their business, their life, whatever it is you coach on. Dude, I require a lot of commitment, even prior to them paying me, to show me if they're a fit to work with me and my team, because we need to take on the responsibility of being in your life now for the next 90 days or more.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you should be selective with who you bring in, and at a high price point, which means you have a high responsibility. So.
That's the thing, though.
Speak up a bit so we can hear you.
So that's the thing, though. Like I myself, when I started my business, I would think that the client technically owns me, not me owning the.
Yeah, because you needed the money more than they needed you.
Exactly. So
yeah.
that was
that's just a lack of income problem. Yeah. When you have listen.
Can you repeat it for the people just in case?
Yeah. So what Upton was saying is that in the beginning of his business, he used to do photography service. So in any business this applies. He used to feel like he's controlled by the client because he needed them. And I said, it's because you needed their money more than they needed you. Yeah. And that's a mindset. That's a perspective problem. And it's like you go, yeah, but Armin, it's easy to say when you're making money. No. Was I like this when I was making no money?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a choice, guys.
Yes.
It's a choice. But see, when you make the decision prior to the money, when the money comes, it comes
easy.
faster, number one. Comes faster, number one. Number
Yeah.
two, you're more peaceful and
Yeah.
stabilized when it comes. So It's a big thing, man. When I train my elite sales teams clients, like my clients' sales teams, that's all I work on, man. Like just shifting perspective. Like how are you approaching the mind on this call? Everybody's always in being controlled by the client, by the prospect. No. You can't control me even if you fucking tried, man. You can't, okay? Because I know where I'm positioned. I know I have the solution. I know you have the problem. Why have we been talking about me? Someone tries to question me on a call. I'm like, did you book a call to interview me or because you have a problem? Like that's how specific, that's how direct I am. And that's the truth. So people don't even dare to challenge. But yeah, like that's the way to fix that is just, you got to work on mindset. So you need someone to work with you on developing mental strength because you can't make it if you got to wait for results to feel confident to be that way. Yeah. You have to have the confidence for the results to come in.
Yeah. Awesome. Jessica followed up and she said, I agree to call it application. A call may be called an audition. I've never heard that, but that's kind of interesting.
We used to call them like interview calls. I don't like that.
Yeah.
You don't want the prospect to feel too much interrogated. I think application is a good sweet spot. Like you're applying to work with us, but we also care about you. We want to see if you got what we need, But don't make it too much like, welcome to your interview. Like that's a little too much pressure.
Is pressure, you think so?
Yeah. I used to do that.
Oh, really?
Creates and it's bullshit. People will be like, yeah, sure.
When was this?
When we used to sell the $2,000 seminars.
Yeah. ESSA?
Yeah.
Early
we
ESSA
call
days?
interview calls.
We called them
And I called their salespeople agents.
Yeah.
We're looking for talent.
Yeah.
When we sold the speaking seminars, we were looking for talent agents. We're on interview calls.
We were not calling it that when I got here.
No, because you were here.
Not
after.
when I got here.
You were here after I closed the website.
I was like, I don't remember that, but awesome. Okay, Josh Rogers says, great content. Thank you for all of the value.
What's up, Josh? I just noticed you joined the group. Welcome.
Thanks for being here, Josh. Jessica said, oh, never mind. She said, you're really supportive with your group, and I thank you. Thanks for being a part of it.
Love you too.
She said, fix the root before you grow your tree. Love that.
Big tunes.
And Oscar, we love you. Oscar says, if you guys are on the fence of working with Armin and his team, you're missing a lot. Just take the leap of faith. And Jessica followed up to say, oh yeah, when a coach said audition to me, I'm like, So yeah, Jessica, maybe not audition. And Will submitted his, David. Thanks, David. He said, good stuff, guys. Appreciate you, David. So Will asked this question. I'm just going to insert it here. He said, for your hyper-organic ad strategy, who do you target when you're running your ads? 1, do you run ads to the same audience that you target with your webinar ads? 2, do you exclude the audience who's registered for your webinar? And 3, do you retarget them with your webinar ads? Thank you.
Good questions. I like the advanced questions. I'll go in reverse.
These are advanced questions, actually. Thanks, Will.
I'll go in reverse. Will's doing pretty good. I don't know how much you're doing per month, but I know he's doing good.
Awesome.
And he's from, I forgot the country, but I know it's a different language because I see his profile.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think he's French. I might be wrong.
Will, are you from France?
Yeah, let me know. He's the one, I showed you a recording with me doing roundtable with the ones. He's the one who looks like a soccer player.
Oh!
That's Will.
Is that Will? Nice. Yeah, Will, I was like, is he play soccer?
She was complimenting. What'd he say?
He said cheese country. So God, is that France?
Yeah.
Awesome,
He's like a professional soccer player.
Yeah, I feel like I'm from a very sports family, so I was like, that looks like a soccer player.
So okay, I'll answer it in reverse. I'm not running any retargeting ads for my my organic ads, so that's that. Second is I test all audiences. Like I tested my webinar audience, I tested my VSL audience, I tested new audiences, tested my LLAs. It's always the same. It's the same thing. You got to just test. Is it easier to test faster? Yes, because free lead magnet funnel works much faster and it's easier to get emails. That's another one. And so I don't retarget. I did test different audiences. What was the other question?
He said, do you exclude the audience who's registered?
No,
for the webinar?
I don't exclude anyone because again, bro, they're not in an automation sequence, right? Like they actually are when they join my AGF funnel. They get into a nurture sequence, which is very similar to the webinar sequence I had, but we're testing things with that now. I've noticed even sending them book call emails makes no sense. So I'm gonna change it to like getting people to get more engaged in the group, because I found that the group is just the core of all of this. Like this group is amazing. People are coming in, they're getting value. We're tagging you in things that I'm dropping that. I can't put it in an email. I can't. And email is so impersonal. You know, even if I did give you, like, I have one of my paid lesson videos in this group. If you go to the pin post, it says the journey to 7 figures. It's an hour-and-a-half video where I explain pretty much the whole journey from 0 to 7 figures and everything you need to know about highs and lows and phases of the business. It's the first video I give to all of my high-ticket clients in my program, and I posted it in here. Could I have sent that as an email? Yeah, I could. I could send it as an email on the landing page.
Yeah.
But now you have no one to talk to, right? You're just watching the video, and you have the book call link at the bottom. Like, it's the old way I used to do stuff. It's so impersonal. Like, are you going to watch the whole thing? Are you going to book a call? Is that even enough for you to book a call? Maybe you have questions. But if I tag you in a post in this group, then you could tag me back, respond, comment, hit me up, even just message me. Hey, bro, question about this. And that's so much more of a relationship marketing strategy where I feel like I'm closer to prospects to turn into clients.
Yeah.
I just feel like that extra mile, like that investment of personal time into the marketing side is leadership, man. Like, trying to detach yourself and distance yourself from these people that are paying all this money, I think it's kind of wrong in some sense, man. It's not a course business, it's coaching. So if I'm going to work with you hands-on, why am I afraid to work with you prior to that working with you?
Exactly.
Right? So it's just about integrity, man. So could I have ran that ad as an ad? Like, sure. But it's so impersonal. I love the organic and the relationship building part of organic, like the way we do it. So that's why I'm probably even going to do my nurture sequence, and I'm going to start retargeting ads to AGF leads to push them back to the group. And I think the group should be just a haven, you know, the center of, you know, where everyone hangs out and gets their questions answered, you know, logs into things. Think about the show, man. Like, an email sequence can't do better than the show. You know, retargeting ads can't do better than the show. A YouTube channel can't do better than the show. You know, this show's so real. Like, look, we're talking right now. You know how many clients have watched this show and right after just like, I feel so connected to you. Like, just,
yeah. Can
I book a call? Like, I want to work with you guys. Just because, not because I'm smart or because we're giving away like strategic strategies. No, man, just get on and be like, dude,
we're just chatting.
I want to work with this person. I love the connection I have with them.
Yeah.
Just from Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So I just think a group is so underrated. And there has been lots of entrepreneurs that have became 7, 8, and 8-figure entrepreneurs simply by using a Facebook group and an ad strategy and just really good organic streamline process. And I think it's underrated, man. I think the hype of funnels and ads and all this stuff is great. I think it's good. But I really do think it's like it can't compete with organic. There are people way less qualified than a lot of the internet marketers I see that are super good at ads and funnels. They're making more money than them. Just because these guys follow a simple, duplicatable, and scalable organic process. Mm-hmm. And that's what impressed me the most, which is I got super smart last year with ads and funnels and retargeting and emails. I could have taught a whole seminar on it if I wanted to. And we only did $250,000 in sales. This year, we do that in a month. And I have nothing going on with any of the webinar stuff I taught. I use my webinar in a different way, but my sales process, my marketing process, it's so much more personal. It's, you know, so much more effective. It converts way higher. And honestly, man, it's more fulfilling. Like, even if I'm talking to someone that's like, yeah, but Armin, I don't want to talk to people on Facebook. I want to have a life. I want to, like, I don't not have a life. I was having a great life. I'm still having a great life right now.
Yeah.
Man, me and my team were celebrating on the weekend while I was chatting to some people and booking calls, man. Like, why are you so afraid, you know?
Yeah.
But here's the real thing behind it. Even if you want a hands-off passive business, you can. You just get a call setter. You just train someone, which we help our clients do. We show them how to train. I give a call setter training manual. You understand? Like, you build a team, man. It's much easier to teach a person how to have simple conversations online, to book calls for you, than to risk $500, $600, $700 a day in ads, hoping that the ads will be shown to the right people. Pixel will track it properly with iOS issues. Make sure Hyros looks at everything properly. And then send them to a funnel. Make sure the landing page converts. And make sure the landing page, when they convert it, they come inside that the tech doesn't mess up and the webinar shows up. Then the webinar, they stay long enough to actually see the book call. But then make sure when they do that they get on the book call page and the book call page loads fast enough for them to not click off. And it's all happening on their phone, which means it's on a second tab, which means by accident if they scroll off, they're now off the webinar page. And literally, you click a button with me, and one of my team members are talking to you. No stress, no tech, no complication. You can literally ask any questions. We send you the link manually. That's much easier to scale. I used to think not because it's another person. Automations to replace a person. No. Scale is not about automations. Scale is about processes. You know how much easier it is to teach a person a process than it is to try to set up an entire complicated system? and hope the tech all works perfectly, and then having to train someone to understand the whole complicated system. I had 2 tech people in my team at one point looking at all of our funnels. I have since the person, they don't have any work anymore because we've removed all the complication. We simplified everything and went down to the core root of real marketing, is connecting with our audience. This is really good training right now.
It's really good.
So what
I just want to repeat his question. Sorry.
Yeah, but what I want to end off with is this: like, the group is superior to everything. Even a group, I think, does better than a webinar, because in a group you're seeing social proof, you're seeing results. If you use the group the way we use it, you know, you're seeing content galore. In a webinar, I can only give you one automated video on the things I thought you need to hear. In a group, we can literally tag you, or you can scroll and find things that could never be in one video.
Exactly.
You find multiple different pieces of content. We have PDFs in here. We have trainings I've done on sales, on booking calls, how I scaled my business. I could, like, there's so much. Interview, everything you need. You could ask a question, we answer. You can literally message me, we answer. It's like 24/7 on-demand customer support for you, and you haven't even paid us yet. Man, I'm even going above and beyond, thinking like turning something, turning pretty much a $1,000 or $2,000 course in terms of value into a free lead magnet, just to get people to join the group to get it. A whole like step-by-step training on how to do organic. Now imagine you get that for free. You're gonna go, man, if I paid these guys, what would they do for me? Yeah. That's what I'm in the business of over-delivering and just, drowning people in value. Because eventually you got to give up and go, dude, let me just give you money at this point, man. You made me so much money, I haven't even paid you yet. So, and that's what we get a lot, and that's really our strategy, and that requires leadership. And what I was trying to say is that it's more meaningful. I feel so much more connected to my business and my offer and my clients now.
Yeah.
I get to be with you guys. The show is filling up. The group is filling up. You know how much cooler it is? The lifestyle is much better. I have an audience watching everything I do. So I get to share a lot of messages if I want to change people's thinking in some way.
Yep.
When I was running ads and shit, like, no one knew who I was. They couldn't talk to me. They just got emails that were automated, ads that were automated, webinars that were automated. Even when they booked a call, they talked to someone on my team. I was so distant, and I didn't like it. It was against my character. Again, if you're trying to have a laptop lifestyle, maybe I'm not the right fit for you. But if you really want to become a leader in your field, you want to step up, be the expert, the go-to person, build a life that's meaningful, have a purpose with your business, feel connected to who you're working with and your audience, and people are listening, so you can make a change by giving a message to the market on an Instagram story and you have 1,000 people see it, or post something in your group and just connect with people, or do a live like this. Organic is the way to go, man. Organic is the way to go. Thank you for coming out to the speech, guys.
I just want to
I think I answered his questions.
Yeah. I just want to, he just mentioned, who do you target when running ads? You run ads to the same audience and target with your webinar ads. Do you exclude the audience who's registered for your webinar, and do you retarget them with your webinar ads? Yeah? Covered everything.
Yeah, I covered those things. Perfect. And just so you know, we're rolling out a new ad strategy where we're testing 30 audiences back to back. There's a very specific strategy. I've trained a media buyer, and now we're gonna really overscale our ads quickly and fill the group fast. Like this group is gonna have 5,000 plus people within weeks, within maybe months or so. But it's gonna happen quick. So there's a lot you can learn about how to scale ads properly. And here's the best part, man. When you're running webinar ads, there's so much talent and skill you need behind copywriting. When you're running AGF ads, when you're running hyper organic ads, what I call them, dude, it's simple carrot scripts and angles and just hooks. And all you have to do is get really good at finding the right audience and showing the right hook to them. So it's so much easier to multitest and scale faster and take an ad from $10 a day to $100 a day and give you massive returns. One of our clients, Eric and Brian, made $101,000 last month in sales. They have a $4,000 offer. And guess how much they spent on ads? $3,000. Now, let me ask you a question. You know the webinar world, Will? What's an average book call cost? Anywhere from, I did the math, about 5% of your offer, right? So if you're selling a $5K, about $250 is a good book call rate. If you're selling a $10K, about $500 is still a healthy book call rate. If you get anything less than $150, you're really you're like God. If you get 150 to 250, it's good because you're making almost 95% more than what your booking calls for. And so in the webinar lead world as well, you get about a $5 to $15 webinar opt-in. That's really good, especially with today's iOS changes. You're looking at $20, $30 opt-ins. I mean, you can get less, but everything's got more expensive because it's harder to target properly. Watch this, man. Even at best, for someone to make $100,000 in the webinar world, you have to spend, right? To get, let's say your conversion rate on a webinar funnel is 5%. That's a very high conversion rate. As you know from where we learned this, 1 to 2% is $1 million funnel. 1% conversion. I get 1,000 people to go through my funnel. 1% of them will buy, which is what, 10 people? 10 people, right? 10 people at a high ticket is, let's say 5K is 50 grand.
Yep.
Right? That means a 1% conversion, sales conversion with the funnel. That means all you gotta do is send thousands of people through, and now we have a multi-million-dollar business. Watch this though. That means I have to spend, on average, what I was doing was I'd spend anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 between the webinar ads and the book calls to make 100 grand. That's still 5x ROAS, right? Return on ad spend. That's about 5 to 10x almost. 10 grand, you get 100 grand. That's pretty good, right? 10 times. Who hears that? Dude, they spent 3 grand, made 101 grand. Do the math. That's a 900% return. Who does that? That's a 90% return. 90x. 95x. How? You combine simple, cost-efficient ads into an organic funnel. Changing the game, baby. And by the way, I didn't learn this. I learned organic from the best, and I learned ads from the best. I learned webinars from the best. I bought my competitors' programs. I combined it, man. I centralized it. I created a hybrid model of the best of everything. That's how we have a 3,000 into ads, 100 grand back.
Yeah.
That's why we have numbers like that.
Jessica commented and she said, yes, I love nurturing sequences. And she said, I love that video. I think she's talking about the Journey to Seven Figure video. She says she's watched it like 3 times. Lauren says, love this group. Love you too, Lauren. Heart face, heart emojis. Yeah. Mill says, makes a lot of sense. I love it. Follow-up question. What's your percentage of ad spend between your AGF versus your webinar?
Say it again?
What's your percentage of ad spend between your AGF versus your webinar?
Percentage.
Maybe he's like at maybe a ratio.
No, tell me what you mean by percentage of ad spend between
the two.
You mean the difference?
Follow up on that, Will.
Yeah.
Jessica.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, Jessica said this show is so great. You both are very real. Thanks, Jessica, for being here. She also said I feel a lot of groups. When you ask questions, people bring you down hard, and I'm feeling great energy in yours. Aw, thanks, Jessica. Appreciate that. He said, Armin, you could be an auctioneer? I don't know what that is.
Who's that?
An audioneer? I'm not sure.
Audio engineer?
Audioneer. Audioneer? I'm not sure what that is.
Who's that?
Auctioneer? Auctioneer, maybe? Oh, an auctioneer. An auctioneer? Yeah, you missed the C. So, yeah, I mean...
Hey, whatever.
David said, LOL, don't forget the iOS 14 crap. Yeah, David.
Yeah, I just talked about that, man.
It's crazy. Jessica
Even
says...
by the way, we have iRose. It's still...
Yeah. Jessica also mentioned she doesn't like webinars. Max said, sweet, love it. Thanks for being here, Max. Lauren said, damn. Oscar said, genius. Sushanta said, value bomb. And yeah,
Shanta.
Auctioneer, yeah. Shanta. And then he's like, Jessica says, yeah, you talk fast, dude. It's great. So Will said, yeah, he meant the ratio.
The ratio. I still don't get it. But
like like 1 to 1, 2 to 2.
Okay, let me just... There's no such thing. I don't run webinar ads anymore. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, they're completely off, eh?
Yeah, we turned them off like last week.
Yeah.
Last week. Because there was no point. I was just spending $500 a day. So, okay, let me tell you this. When I was doing 50 to 100 grand a month, I was spending $500 a day on ads. So it's about 15 grand a month, right? Give or take. Sometimes we would bring it down. So we spent 10 to 15 grand. And we would maybe make back, maybe we would book 20 or 30 calls with that, by the way. And sure, could I have spent more time on the webinar? Could I have made it better on the landing page? Of course, 100%, man. Anything you do, you know this. Refine it, it gets better. Did I want to? No. It didn't build the kind of business I wanted. I wanted followers. I wanted an audience. I wanted stability, man. If I have an organic following, I could literally just go live and book calls. I could, I could share a message. I could test something. I can't do that with an ad. I got to spend money and I got to wait. And I don't know who it's being shown to. I don't know what the hell Facebook's doing. Got a 16-year-old behind the computer being like, oh, decline this ad, reject. Because it said $sign. There's a lot of issues when it comes to a lot of complications. It works.
Yeah.
Just takes a lot more to make it work than organic. So I didn't care about it, but we'd book maybe 20 calls, 30 calls in a month with my webinar ads. I spent $500 a day. And we would still close 5 to 10 of them. We'd do, 50 to 100K, give or take, payment plans, whatever.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, now I only spend a few $100s. So it's half the ad spend. I grow my list 2-3 times the size because it's faster leads coming in, lower cost. And we make back hundreds of thousands because we have a really good dialed in organic streamlined process in the back end. So our ads are being used in a different way. That's why we're getting more out of the ad. Right? It's not just ads. It's that we're using the ads for a different purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to run ads to get calls. I'm trying to run ads to get leads. It's a big difference. But yeah, I'm spending half the amount, arguably even less than that, and making twice the amount in sales, 2-3 times the amount in sales. It's so amazing, man. And here's the best part, man. When a person goes through a webinar ad and they're in an email sequence, the nurture, they're like really cold because there's no campfire effect. They're not talking to us, so it's like we're hoping they'll open our stuff up.
Yeah.
But the moment you're in my group, the moment you add me on Facebook or Instagram, the moment you're in my organic world, man, it's just a matter of time before you end up working with me because you're so close to the fire.
Yep.
If you're in my group, you're like, we're friends now for good. Unless you leave the group, every day there's going to be a new reason why you need to book a call, or just get value, get a breakthrough.
Yep.
Can't do that with emails. And even if you do the email a day, which I do, I've been doing that for over a year and a half now. Between the open rate and the click rate, and if they even ever do anything, that's never going to compare to how engaging, how much high converting a Facebook group is. So.
Yeah. Will mentioned as well, he said, I'm about to turn off my webinar ads.
Yeah, dude. If you need any help with organics, just let me know. We are in another elite together, so we could always hop on the call. I was actually talking to Barry this morning because he needs help too, and a lot of people from got a lot of help with us. So just hit me up, man. I'm always willing to help out, see if I can help you. If you're a smart guy, maybe just a few tweaks and you can start getting results.
Yeah.
I could help you out.
He said, awesome. Thank you for your time. Quick tips for your show. You could use Ecamm Live and show comments and questions live on the video.
We do. No, we have Ecamm Live.
We have Ecamm Live.
I just don't like it.
He just.
I don't.
Yeah, we have Ecamm. Thanks though, Will.
Upton, we used to do that all the time. But just, I don't like it.
He's not a fan.
Because you get put on. We used to do it though. Why'd you stop? I never told you to stop, but.
We used to do it.
Why did we stop?
We could bring it back.
I don't really care.
We stopped.
Depending on the face.
We stopped it because we were transitioning from, we were getting more like focused on where we want to like streamline.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't really care. I
we
think
we could start doing it.
Yeah.
You could throw it in.
It would be nice.
I never said stop or start, so do whatever you guys want.
No, let's do it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
The only. Do you want to take another question? We're about at 1:10. So we
we
could.
gotta wrap up.
Okay. The only thing I wanted to mention, and I think Armin might have mentioned this on, or two things. I think it was on last week's Clear Talk, or maybe even the week before that, but he mentioned a couple things that I feel like I'm correlating to organic. One is, leadership is about showing up, right? So as much as you think that you're showing up with ads or even in your emails, you're not, right? You're still kind of disconnected.
No, you're not.
Like you're not.
You're not doing any value.
Yeah.
This is real value.
Exactly.
Emails, ads, funnels, they're not value. They're marketing. They're advertising.
Exactly.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
This is value.
Yeah. So that means you got to show up. Be connected to your audience, to your groups, to who's trying to engage with you. And then number two, I feel like I don't know if this is the exact quote, but I remember this in the network marketing days. They always used to say, "Build in your own backyard," right? And when you try to get into,
remember that.
Remember that?
I remember that saying.
And when you get into MLM, if there's any people in the group, people almost always try to get people everywhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember that.
My superstar is in the U.S. My superstar is in the UK.
Yeah, I remember
My
this.
superstar is somewhere else.
Brilliant.
Right. But your objective is to build in your own backyard. Who's local to you? Who's around you? And I want to translate that to organic marketing in the way that you got to build with who's around you.
That's a
right?
great example.
Built in your own backyard. There are people here who
Come
want to be
on,
nurtured. There are people here who want to be nurtured around you. So when you're starting to run ads before you've built in your own backyard, you're skipping the process. You're trying to jump ahead to find a superstar, to find a golden egg in the UK somewhere. Yeah. Who's gonna give you all the leads you need, who's gonna buy your elite offer and make you rich. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. Build in your own backyard, start an organic following. Yeah. That's the biggest way that you build a strong foundation.
I remember I told my upline too, it was like 7 years ago when I did network marketing. I'm like, I want people from around the world.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you can't turn your neighbor into a superstar, you can't turn someone across the world.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, that makes so much sense though. If I can't turn someone that like I'm close to already
Exactly.
into success, the hell?
Somebody you already have proximity to.
If you can't get even one client from your current network or from like just the closer network to you, like literally people in proximity to you and online,
Yeah.
how the hell do you think an advertisement to someone in a different country is gonna make you buy? That's why organic is really this true secret to doing really well ads. Because when your organic is good, you know what's working and engaging. So you just take the best stuff and we run as ads. By the way,
It's tried and true.
some of the advanced strategies I teach my clients is when they have some really good like hook story offer, organic posts that do well, we just turn them into an ad. And it does really well. It does really well. So that's another big thing, man, that's so powerful. In other words, think of it like this. Organic is the fire. You have to build the wood and the fire. Ads is the gasoline.
Yeah.
You should never try to build. You can't build a fire with just ads. Mm-hmm. Right? It's like trying to put gasoline on like wood. But if there's no Kindle, if there's no actual Tinder, right?
I think it's Tinder.
What's Kindle? Have I been saying this wrong this whole time?
I think it's Tinder, right?
It is Tinder.
What you put in the flame first.
I just realized I've been saying this wrong this whole time.
I think it's Tinder. Does anybody know?
What the hell's a Kindle?
Any comments?
Kindle's I think you read on. I know that.
Yeah.
No, but isn't Kindle? Oh my God.
Isn't it Tinder?
Dude, I've been saying Kindle this whole time. So if you watch any of my stuff where I say Kindle,
like Firestarter.
Yeah.
Firestarter.
That's
Isn't
Tinder.
It called Tinder?
So what's Kindle?
Yeah, it's Tinder.
Kindle means nothing?
That's what you're reading.
This whole time I've been saying Kindle about fires, man. I'm so stupid. I probably said it
Tinder.
I have it probably in lesson videos.
That's why the dating app is called Tinder.
Thank you very much.
Because it gets the fire going.
I've been saying Kindle this whole time. Can you believe it?
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Welcome to the world, I guess. That was an obvious
Mr. Kindle says.
I know, I'm pretty good. I mean, I can't say shit. I can't say shit. But that ads is never the Tinder.
You're right.
Ads is never the Tinder, right? Organic is the Tinder.
Yeah.
But once it's going, boom, ads. So like even if you can't make your warm network join your Facebook group, you should never run ads to a Facebook group. Like these are foundational principles. What are we saying over there?
Absolutely.
Can't believe I've been saying Kindle this whole time. See, we all have flaws.
So funny. Jessica said, I think the comment responding process is perfect. All right, cool, thanks. And she also said, MLM has destroyed me. It made me have a quantum leap in marketing and made me learn better marketing.
It destroyed her?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded like you said it was bad and then you said it was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I hope that it taught you some things.
What else we got?
Oscar said, Jay is on fire. I have to go to Canada right now.
Book your flights, man.
Oscar, we'd love to see you soon.
We're going to see him at FHL.
Jessica said, I know I'm comment happy today, but you both are the bomb. The fact that you were in MLM makes me feel like you get me. Yeah. Hey, I always say that when you go through MLM, you go through a separate type of schooling, especially if you do it well, right?
It shows you how to not care about anything.
Exactly.
And burn all your bridges.
It shows you a lot.
For your goals.
Yeah.
Now, is it smart? No.
Does everyone make it out?
No, I don't think it's smart. But I think it teaches you a very valuable lesson, which is you should be willing to do anything for your goal.
Yeah.
And that's what it taught me.
Yeah.
And that's
tough skin too.
That principle is also giving me a strong core in actual business. That's
Absolutely.
not a real business to me. You know, that's like you're a glorified salesperson and marketer. You're not really owning a business. It's no different if I told you to come work here full time and your job every day was to market and get us clients. You're just at best sales manager, right? You don't have a business. You don't have a corporation. You don't got employees, right? You don't pay taxes like a business owner. It's a good idea though. It's a good starting. It's like a beginner's kit for people to feel what it feels like to at least be your own business owner. But you're really self-employed.
Good beginner's kit.
So it did teach us tough skin. I think that's what helped us in this business and these businesses that we built. But it is necessary. It has changed my life too back in the day.
Yeah.
I would never be able to be this person off the bat. I had to do something like that as a kid to like learn foundational things about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. She followed up to say the messages have destroyed her. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
She said, I knew when you said the campfire effect. I'm like, hey, MLM, okay. Thank you for this training. And she also said Robert Kiyosaki, she thinks said MLM is training for entrepreneurship. It was either him or Tony. Yeah.
It is. No,
and
he said that.
I think I agree.
It is training. It's just not actual entrepreneurship.
Yes.
But it's training. It's good training.
Definitely good training. Timmy says, great show. Thanks for being on, Tim. And that's it. That's all.
Okay, cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We go live every single Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time inside the High Ticket Coaching Community Group. If you want to join our 7-figure strategy group for coaches, then all you got to do is go to highticketcoachingcommunity.com or just look us up in Facebook, and we'll be right there. Make sure you answer the questions when you come in, or else we will decline your ass. If you're on YouTube and you enjoyed this video and this content, hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so you get notified every time we drop new gold bombs on YouTube and we break the internet, so that you are aware of it in advance. We give you a life jacket before you throw you overboard into the ocean of value. Where did I come up with that? And guys, we drop other values. I don't know if are we still dropping like value bites and other stuff on YouTube? Let me know, Lauren, because I know that was your job. Pretty sure we should be posting those and client results, client interviews. If you haven't,
Yeah.
I'm just having a reminder attack right now. Make sure you are, Lauren. Thank you very much. We got to have value bites and client interviews being rolled out every single week.
Yeah.
We got to book client interviews. We have so many we got to do.
Oh, snap.
Before I go.
Yeah.
Damn. Next week. During the week, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, man. And if you want your questions answered live on the show and you want to be in queue, then just go to askarmin.com, submit your questions, and we'll answer them on the show. We love you so much. If you want help with scaling your business and you just want to kind of see if you're a fit to work with us, then all you got to do is book a call. We'll drop a link in the comment section below on YouTube and in the description and on Facebook on this live, so you can book a call right now. Don't hesitate. It's free, but don't also show up with no expectation to pay something. If we can solve your problems and make you a lot of money, then money should be the last thing that stops you from working with us. So if you're serious about it, book a call. Let's talk. Let's see if we can help you out. We're helping so many other people out. We've created 2 millionaires in the last 90 days and 16 six-figure coaches this year alone, and we want you to be the next one. So we'll see you soon. See you next week. Go on and make the rest of your week the best of your week.